Hi lovely people, it's Candy here. Welcome back to my channel for a very late December happies. A recap on December 2020. Goodbye 2020. Hello 2021. The first 8 days, which have felt like 8 months, but we will just skim over that. 8 days. So, welcome back to my channel from an England in lockdown again with horrendous daily news reports. We are going nowhere. Hi to all fellow lockdown COVID prisoners. What can you do? Stay safe, be grateful for all the key workers out there keeping things ticking over and helping people who are struggling or ill. 2021, back to homeschooling and all of the joys that homeschooling brings with my 3 gorgeous kids and not so gorgeous technology, and trying to get to grips with all of that. It has been frazzled, and I suddenly thought, I haven't done my December happies. I want to do my December happies, and I couldn't remember December. Did December even happen? My mind can't remember. Did I read anything? I checked my Goodreads. It would seem not. I am still reading this book, which is fantastic. Somebody that's worked with the Morrigan from a little girl, somebody with the surname Morrigan, somebody who didn't even realise quite who the Morrigan was, even though the Morrigan was all around her from little. It's turning into something else, as you can see. So this has taken a lot of my time. These are all my notes. These are all links to things I've experienced, or weird things that I thought were going on, or strange occurrences that were going on with me that I'm reading in here and thinking, oh, okay, that's the Morrigan. So it's beyond crows, it's beyond feathers. This is the first book I've ever read. Here comes my dog. This is the first book I've ever read, the first study I've ever done. Everything else up to this point has just been life knowledge and life experience and happenings and magic. This is the first time I've studied. And I thought I would denote as I read. What's the matter? What do you want? You're going to let me film? I thought... Are you going to let me film? I thought he wants a fuss. He's trying to get on my lap and he's huge. You can't get up there. There's no space. I thought I would denote as I read. Oh my goodness, he doesn't want me to film. I thought I would denote as I read, she says for the 8th time, anything that kind of struck home or felt familiar. And there is so much that this book is telling me about my practice, which I didn't even realise. Am I not stroking you anymore, darling? So yes, we're now doing this one-handed, obviously. So this book is taking a long time. This is proper study. It's fascinating. It's amazing. It has affected my spell work this month, which again has been spectacular, but I can't share that. Yeah, the Morrigan's back. She is beckoning, she's calling, she is kicking my arse. I'm trying to work out what she wants, not what I can take from her, because that's not what you do with the Morrigan. To do that, I have been working with, I don't know what order I'm doing this video in, but we're doing the Morrigan, okay, and my dog's crying. I have been working with this deck to work with the Morrigan. Rupert, every time I take my hand off you, you can't cry. No, you can't, because I'm trying to film. He can. I've been working with this deck again, which is incredible. Glorious backs, really glorious backs. So these have been going on my altar, my goddess altar, not my main altar, which is sat kind of ignored. I didn't do anything for Yule on my altar. Life just got too frantic and too busy. This is a card that keeps coming out. If not flying out, it's the underlying energy, which just seems very apt. Rupert, go and lie down then, darling, if you want to be in here. Lie down, that's it, good boy. Also, the card offerings. What do you want? I said one day, and the card offerings flew out and literally smacked me in the nose. How a tarot card does that, I don't know, but it did. That was the underlying energy. Offerings flew out, and I thought, okay, let's get to my goddess altar and meditate on these cards and take offerings up. So I have been using this feather to write some poetry for the Morrigan and to put it on my altar. And I thought that I could start to tell the story of my journey with the Morrigan through artwork, through poetry. She's definitely pushing me to bring things, to bring gifts, and to get strong again is the message that I'm getting, which does make sense for me. And she doesn't want weak workers. She wants strong workers. So that's taken up quite a bit of December. The first part of the month, I used Kim Cran's The Wild Unknown with my Soul Cards one. Both decks I adore. I think I was using these in November as well. Just going to grab them as they come out the box, just to show you how beautifully they work together. There's always, look at that with the yellow coming out the head on both of them, and this shape here looking like the cup. There's always something that just makes me think, oh wow, that's incredible. Yeah, so these two decks together I really love. I really love them. If any of you have got these decks in your collection, I really suggest that you put them together and just see what happens. I've been blown away. Honestly, I could just sit here all day reshuffling and doing this again. I really could. I love both of these decks, so that helps as well. So that was the first part of the month. Also in tarot, this deck. Oh my goodness, this deck is just gorgeous. The beautiful Holly, whose Instagram I will link below. She very kindly gifted me this in November for my birthday. And Holly, I know you've been away from social media for a while, and I don't know whether you've caught up on videos, but if you watch my favourite decks of 2020, you can see that this made it to my favourite deck position, even though I only got it at the end of November. Working with this deck, it makes you not want to put it down. And can we just say that's the sexiest devil in the whole of tarot. that makes me want to be chained, just saying. That sounded way less dirty in my head. This deck, it's so good for a relative beginner because it makes so much sense. It would be a really good deck if you had only just come to the tarot. This would be a really good one, I think, to pick up and read with. I love it. So that one, my dog's still crying behind me, but I think I mentioned in November as well that it also pairs beautifully with the Barbara Walker. I've got the little Barbara Walker tarot in a tin, and oh, I'm tired, can you tell? Yeah, these two, I've carried on pairing these two throughout December as well, and they work really, really nicely together. I've been trying to hold on to my dreams more now. I watched a fantastic video over at Saturnarium. I think that's how you say it. If I pronounce that wrong, I'm sorry. But she does some really beautiful videos. I'll link her channel down below. She did a fantastic video about using the tarot to prompt dreaming and to remember your dreams and to work with dreams. And I thought, what a fantastic idea. So I got out the Dreams of Gaia tarot by Raven Falan, which is one of my favourites. And I thought, well, I'll pull 3 cards a night and put them next to my bed to prompt dreams. And then they'll be right next to my bed in the morning so I can remember my dreams. It didn't work. I just couldn't remember any of my dreams, apart from one night where part of one of the images of one of the cards did prompt a dream to happen. It was linked to the card, and I did remember it in the morning, and I journaled on it in my tarot journal. So that was really exciting. But one dream over a whole month. And then there was another dream where it was one of the dreams when my dad visited me, which does happen, not really often, but it's happened a few times. And that was crystal clear. It made me realise that the dreams I was trying to hold on to are very dreamlike, whereas my dad's visitation dreams feel totally different. A surprise purchase right at the end of 2020. The lovely Jen, or Hen as we call her, over at Jen's Science to Soul Tarot with Transformation channel, which I'll also link below. Jen is wonderful. She's very supportive. She reaches out and she offers her friendship. She offers her time. She offers herself on her channel and behind the scenes, and her friendship. And she's been such a supportive, wonderful light in the community, and I'm so grateful for her. We've Zoomed a few times behind the scenes, and she offered to do me a tarot reading on Zoom, which blew my mind. And at the start of the reading, she said, this deck has really wanted to be used for this. And then when she did the reading, for a start, it was spookily accurate. But also one of the cards that came out literally matched a photograph of me and the person that the reading was about. And it looked like the card had been drawn from the photograph that I'd got. And if there wasn't another person involved, I would share it, but I can't. So anyway, I immediately was dumbfounded, literally dumbfounded, asked what the deck was, and Jen told me, and I immediately ordered it. So this was a surprise big purchase. So this was my treat right at the end of the year, right at the end of 2020, the Velarcus Tarot by Carmen Serrenti with these glorious backs. I'm yet to work with it because of Christmas. And so it sat on the side, waiting to be worked with. I keep going through it and looking at the cards and oohing and ahhing over the beauty of it. I love it. I know there's magic in this. I can feel it. So this was a really exciting tarot purchase after a mind-blowing tarot reading from Jen over at Science to Soul Tarot and Transformation. So that's a new deck that came into my life along with Christmas decks. So, but I wanted to mention that because it was just such an amazing experience in December. Also, I started trying to get back into my gratitude practice right at the end of the year, having realised that I'd let it slip. Normally I use my inner child cards for it, but I wanted to do something different. So I went to this deck, the Everyday Enchantment Tarot, because I haven't really used it. I love it. And some of the cards, like the Lovers card and the Strength card, I mean, they make me cry. But I don't know what it is. I never seem to use this deck. I never seem to use it. So I started doing single card pulls for gratitude with this deck. And again, it kind of just fizzled out. December has just been a blur. It's been a blur of challenge and jobs and Christmas. And I think I might trim this deck. I've never trimmed a deck before. Oh, but I say that and then I look at the backs and I just think, oh. But I have seen this trimmed, and I do wonder whether if it wasn't quite so big and if it didn't have the borders, whether I would use it more. Oh, I love that. Oh, I'm really scared to trim decks. I don't know why. You would think that somebody that is so used to chopping up card and paper that I wouldn't be as scared to do it, but I am. So anyway, my time has kind of been spent up a ladder doing a room makeover for my middle daughter Poppy, which is what she wanted for Christmas, which was a lot of work, a lot of dismantling of cabin beds and rebuilding them in my art studio downstairs, which is what this ladder has come from, which is just leant up against the wall in here, but that's really lovely. So I now have a cabin bed in my art studio. So at some point when it's tidy in there, I might do a art studio tour. It just meant rebuilding and moving big furniture up in a room and repainting and painting wooden furniture up there and just generally teenagering it for her. And it looks glorious. There was a moment when I moved her big tall writing bureau where I discovered a memory of bedrooms past, which made me clutch at my heart and nearly cry. When I moved the writing bureau, there was this fantastic memory. However, that fantastic memory then did turn me into Adrian Mole trying to cover up Noddy's bells in his goth bedroom, because it took about 5 coats of paint then to get the wall even. And then there was just the general joy of having Christmas Bridget altars with icicles and the lounge just covered with Christmas decorations, which I love. All the trees up and the kids helping me decorate, and Busby's turkey hat. And our winter wonderland on the windowsill. Oh, just Christmas is wonderful. Nighttime walks around our local area to find houses that have got Christmas lights on the front, and then walking the dogs in winter woods. We had a tiny bit of snow, but it was really frosty and foggy with the low winter sun. Some of my morning walks with the dogs were just amazing. That is until Rupert got bit by another dog and ended up at the vet's with £100 vet bill and a hole in his side. So the end of December saw me not walking anymore to give him time to recover. But up until that point, it was good. And then Christmas movies, me and my beautiful boy, he wanted to watch a Spider-Man movie. Now, I don't watch any movies or TV. I just forget that I've got a TV. But he really wanted to watch this, and it was fantastic. And he said the next day, Mom, can we do some art projects and some Spider-Man drawing? So that was just wonderful. That was such a highlight of December. And this drawing's still a work in progress. And then another film that I watched with all the kids was Nativity, which I know has been out forever. And then we watched Nativity 2 as well. But oh my goodness, I loved this film. It made me laugh. It made me cry. The kids loved it too. And the kids decided that I am actually the female version of Mr. Poppy, which I'm going to go with that. I love that. And then journaling as well. My little second-hand journal helping me work out words of the year was fun. Buddy the elf returned. He was in quarantine, thank goodness, but he got up to all his normal antics all the way through December, which was so much fun. And then, of course, the magic of Father Christmas and putting out the sherry. Well, this year we tried him with wine and milk to see which one he liked the best. And then, of course, Christmas morning and all that magic. And then after Christmas, when the kids went to their dad's for a week, Kwanzaa happened. Now, Kwanzaa has got to be one of the highlights of December for me. It was a celebration I'd not heard of before. It was an honour to be invited in by Queen Aset to participate in Kwanzaa and to have that celebration opened up to me as a white woman. Veronica Rose had done some amazing spreads that I am still reeling from, to be honest. I am going to have to sit with them and journal on those spreads more, because there's information in those spreads that I don't want to lose going forward. So yeah, Kwanzaa was incredible at the end of December. And then coming up to Christmas, I saw pictures from trolls on Pinterest with their hair taken out and plants and cactuses growing in their hair. And I decided that that would be fantastic and fun for growing plants in. And I showed Busby and he loved them and he wanted some. So for Christmas, I ordered a box of vintage trolls that were up for auction secondhand. And in amongst them came 2 troll rings, which you may have seen me wearing. Busby had one, I had the other. There were 2 rings in the box, along with some rather spectacular little creatures. They make me smile every time I look at them. Me and Busby opened the box on Christmas morning and we shared them out between us. And then, typical 2020 fashion, while the kids were away, my dog Luna managed to jump on my bed and steal my troll ring off my bedside cabinet and chew it up. And to say I cried is an understatement. I sobbed and sobbed and sobbed. And it was the last day of the year, and I am doing a depth year this year, a no buy depth year. I thought, it's the last day of the year, tomorrow I can't find a troll ring to replace it and order it. So I went online, searched everywhere for vintage troll rings, not a single one to be seen anywhere. And then I found another auction box with about 10 trolls in and 3 troll rings. And I replaced my dead troll ring. So this was my last purchase of 2020. In amongst the box, there also came some roller skating trolls. So there were 3 roller skating trolls. Busby at this point has said he doesn't want any more, which was fantastic because I get to keep them. I got a David Bowie Starman troll. We've got trolls with rainbow hair. Anyway, that was an excuse. Oh, look at that. That was an excuse. I love them. To replace my ring. That was my last purchase of 2020. Oh, where's the one with the flower? Look at this one. These ones that came in the second box, there were loads of these little tiny ones that came. I'm going to see if I can make rings out of those because I'm on a no-buy year. I want to start making stuff. So I've got a few of these little ones. So you might see more tufts of hair appearing. Let's keep our fingers crossed. So that leads me into telling everybody that I am in a depth year. I've probably got unboxings though for the channel for about the next 4 years, so that's still going to stay the same. So the trolls were the last purchase. What a glorious purchase to go out on. My trolls, making me very happy. People have been saying, what's with the trolls? What's with the trolls? Look at them, they're glorious. So that's what's with the trolls. I love them, they make me smile. This ring just, every time I look down, that fills me with complete joy. I love it. If the dog chews this one, oh, I should be so sad. That's it, trolls. Last minute winner sent by the lovely Holly. A surprise tarot reading leading me to this deck. Dreams and dream working becoming really important. Sacred geometry and the Morrigan, being smacked in the face with tarot cards by the Morrigan because that's what she does. Troll rings, there is no more to say. Troll rings. And that is my December happies summed up. 2021, depth year. Let's hope 2021 sorts itself out soon. I don't know what else to say about 2021 and being in another lockdown here. Apart from ouch. Poo. Thank goodness for YouTube. Thank goodness for our NHS. That's it, guys. I will see you next time. Bye.